Welcome, everybody, to the Mental Health Hour, and welcome to episode 33. Tonight, we are discussing journaling, something that we've talked about quite frequently here on the show for the past 33 weeks without ever doing its own episode. So, yes, that's what we'll be getting into tonight. But first, hello to all of the live viewers as they trickle in. Hello to our replay viewers. We are ever grateful for you as well. And hello, Gemma.
Hey, yeah, I was thinking like 33 episodes, and I don't think there's been an episode where we haven't mentioned about journaling, but
Yeah.
not done one on journaling.
Yes. So it's long overdue.
The long overdue, yeah. And I haven't done my doofah, my hourglass.
There it goes. That's how. We had to get that when Hap switched over. That way we knew. Anyway. Um. Anyway, welcome in. Welcome to the Mental Health Hour. Welcome to Twitch. And we hope everybody's having a great night or a great week. If you're watching on YouTube later, as we do upload all of these to YouTube, and all that information is in the bio link, our bio link, bio.link/TMHH, or you can find it on www.tmhhonline.com. So moving forward, we can get into tonight's content on journaling. So I've talked frequently on the show about journaling and how therapeutic I find it, and how much it's actually helped me along my recovery road, and that is honestly a surprise to me, as I'm not much of a writer. And I've talked to a bunch of people in our community here, or even when I was down in rehab, and we talked about exactly how none of us really do care much for writing. It's like a homework assignment. Um, but in this case, I found it to be quite a therapeutic release once I sat down and actually um, gave it an actual try, and did it. I didn't look at it as a homework assignment. That was quite helpful. It was something that I actually wanted to sit down and do. That became more and more as I kept going with it. So I can't stress, how important it's been for my road. But everybody is different, and uh, that's always going to be something that we look at as well with anybody's road to recovery or just overall maintenance on their own mental health. Everybody is different, and certainly like to do different things. Journaling might not be for you, but you can feel free to give it a try at any time. You don't have to continue to do it. It's just one of those another tool in the toolbox uh, type scenarios. Um, Definitely worth a try, though. I would say. What do you think, Gemma? Do you journal?
Yeah, I have done for a long time now. Sorry, I'm just announcing that we're live because it hasn't done it for us. Um, I've done it for a long time. Originally started with the pen and paper with a book. Um, as a teenager, I had one with the little padlock on and stuff, just kind of write my thoughts down, and then progressed to doing it more digitally. Because like my hands aren't what they used to be, and I find that I've always got my phone with me no matter where I am. So it's just sometimes easy, just wherever I am at the time, just to be able to type a little bit in, um, just to like I don't know, get any thoughts off my mind at the time. And not only that, with the online, like on a phone or whatever, you can link stuff in there. You can put music in there and photos, stuff like that. But then scrapbooking as well. I've used that as a form of journaling as well, like you're gonna scrapbook. So yeah, I've done it for as long as I can remember, really. You're muted, Tim.
I don't know why that keeps happening, but that we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. I apologize if I keep going in and out. Hi, Lindsay. Hello, Michael Joseph Murray, and hello, TJ. Welcome in. We're just getting started tonight on journaling. Haven't really gone over much yet, so settle in. And thank you, Michael Joseph Murray, for the resubscription. We very much so appreciate it. Here at the show, all the money goes back into the show, and it's able to get us things like StreamYard and, new and improved ways to bring content to you. So I like to let that known that yes, all bits, all awards from HAPS when we were over there, subscription, all of that jazz is we pump it right back into the show. Better experience for the viewers. That's what we're after here. And we invite all of you to reach out to us on the Discord, or there's plenty of ways to reach out to us on the bio link. If you have any show suggestions or something that you'd like to see us implement, or just something you wouldn't mind seeing us cover on the show or anything like that. I know in speaking with Lindsay this past week or two ago, we got talking about journaling. So it really was when I was like, we talk about journaling on every episode of this show, and we never really dedicated a show to it. So yes, there's quite a few on the list of show suggestions that we have in our own personal file as well, that we go down. Viewer requested shows. We love them. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. Gemma and I both are advocates for journaling as a therapeutic release. We both do it. Gemma does. It sounds like more of the online / app store type things. Is that correct, Gemma?
Yeah. Just as my hands have deteriorated with the writing, I find it easier, but my phone is always with me. So sometimes just 2 or 3 words, or you can just add little emojis to how you're feeling, link songs in there, or photos. It's just really easy, and it's something that you've always got with you. So yeah, I find it
absolutely helpful. Yes, indeed. That's a great point.
Free apps as well. You don't have to pay a lot for them. Like the one that I use at the moment, I purchased, but it was less than £5, so it would be less than $5 as well. And it's great. I'll share them in the bio in the Discord later.
Awesome. Yes. So look out for that on the Discord. Some good options for if you're more of the online techie type. Me, myself, and I prefer the old school composite book style, writing pen and paper. Just whatever comes out. And we're going to go over some things here in just a moment about tips for journaling and how to get started and things like that. So, why don't we hop right into some slides real quick? There's a few that I found that were worthy of mentioning. I think we'll start with let's start with the Write Your Way to Better Health. And Gemma, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Okay. So, Write Your Way to Better Health. So, journaling and writing for reflection carries many benefits for our physical, mental, and emotional health. Here are just a few. So, number 1, it reduces stress. Reflective writing gives us a chance to express and process events and situations, as well as being cathartic. A cathartic act in itself, journaling can help us get new perspectives and solutions for tricky situations. So I think as well, like if there's something happened and you write it down, not only is it a good way to digest what's happened and calm down from that, it helps you process that as well. Um, so that sometimes, like I know from experience, rather than acting on something like rashly, I've written it down, gone through it, and kind of done like pros and cons to reacting kind of thing, and it's helped me, and it's good to look back at as well. Number two, it improves memory. Writing things down helps us to remember them. When we journal about new understandings, they are more likely to stick for the future. So certainly I've got my journals from way, way back. And it's good to look back over sometimes.
Yes.
Number, yeah. Number three, it promotes self-awareness and mindfulness, which in turn promotes happiness and a sense of well-being. Journaling encourages us to focus on our present thoughts and feelings.
Yes. So, uh, real quick, just to piggyback on some of what number one was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, really all of it. Um, and what you were touching on, Gemma, was eh,
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I've kind of touted for about journaling is that it's like your playbook for life. I've used uh, the metaphor or whatever you want to call it before of how like a quarterback will go out onto the field and throw a set of downs, uh, and then come back onto the sideline after they punt or score, whatever, and immediately look over all the footage of what just happened and what they saw, what he didn't see, what he might have seen, and kind of get an idea of how to move forward on the next set of downs when he's out on the field against their defense. So it's like your playbook for life. You can look at a situation that you have gone through. Um, let's take me and my alcoholism now. Hello, Molly. Welcome in. Good to see you. And Eric, welcome in. Let's take me with my alcoholism. This is a new, it's not so new anymore, but it was a very new thing for me at the beginning. So I didn't know a lot of what I was doing. A lot of what I'd done in the past had revolved around alcohol or drinking in some way. Um, and now I have to find ways to mitigate life without it. So as I progressed down this road, I would come across new situations, well, old situations that I used to handle way differently and now have to find a different way. So I would write all of that down and I could go back over, see what I did right, see if there was anything I could change. And like Gemma was saying, you can go back over it uh, later on down the road, even if a year or two later, and just look at what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to add that in, and we'll move on here to number four.
Yeah, I actually wrote down for the first year of Thomas's life everything he did, and I've put it in his memory box.
Yes,
So, journaling, but it will also be something he can look back on when he's older.
all different kinds of journaling to be had.
Yeah. Um. Anyway, number four, it improves physical health. So researchers suggested that regular journaling strengthens immune cells called T lymphocytes. Number five, it improves our sense of optimism. Regular gratitude journaling has been shown to promote greater optimism, enthusiasm, and energy. Number six, it improves our problem solving abilities. Writing helps us to understand complex issues, see patterns, and gives us a chance to reflect on solutions. So, kind of what I mentioned about when we were talking about number one, like if something's happened, you can write it down, reflect on it, and often it's for me, certainly it's helped me to stop being like maybe not act so rashly on something and digest what has happened and problem solve through journaling. Number 7, it enhances our creativity. Journaling is an opportunity for creative self-expression. Regular practice enhances our creativity across the board. And you don't have to just stick to writing as well. Like I stick photos in mine sometimes,
Yeah.
drawing, anything at all. Even the scrapbooking that I mentioned, like
Yeah.
it.
Maybe you're not feeling like writing down,
Mhm.
or there isn't a whole lot that you have to say. Maybe you just
Yeah,
feel like doing a simple doodle for the day. This is how I felt today, and just
yeah,
doodle. And a journal can be anything. It doesn't have to be just writing. Um,
yeah.
it's completely your book, and it's whatever you want to make of it. So if some pages are just filled with incoherent nonsense, that's the case. If some pages are written out as an essay of what happened, I mean
Mhm.
that's your thing as well. Or you just slide some pictures in, or
Yeah.
doodle. Um,
You're gonna say it's not being marked or anything, you're not handing it in, it's not homework,
exactly.
nobody needs to ever see it. I mean, literally, you mentioned about the doodlings and stuff. I literally drew a turd for one day last week. It was just a turd
Mm.
because that's how I felt. So I
What's
thought,
the emoji?
yeah, literally, like I
And
like
a lot of the online journals or app store purchase, or some of them are free. They're not all
Mhm.
purchased. Um,
There's so many, yeah.
but it's good to mention that that that's out there as well. The app store and stuff.
Mhm,
Uh, they have daily check-ins. It's not even sitting there typing out a whole journal entry. It could just be
mhm,
how you feel today, like with the emojis, and you just go through a daily check-in, and then some days maybe elaborate a bit more into a dissertation, whatever you're feeling.
yeah,
If your journal entry, if you want to do one every day, and your journal entry that day is 2 sentences long, then it's 2 sentences long.
mhm,
I mean, there is no criteria or how you're supposed to do this. There's no. This is your book. It's
mhm,
just for you. Only you're going to see it. As Michael said, if you want to write down some deep dark secrets in there, it's yours. Keep it hidden. um,
yeah,
uh, Hopefully, your family would also respect your privacy.
yeah,
But that's a great thing to mention. And I heard another key word there that I liked: patterns, patterns,
mhm,
patterns, patterns. That's what I was talking about with the playbook for life. You can go back and see the patterns unfold, what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right,
mhm,
uh, and similar situations. Well, all situations aren't the same, but can present quite similarly. And then you know which way you went last time,
mhm,
and how that fared for you. Um, so hopefully it's something you can go back, look at, and you know just learn from. Uh,
mhm.
that's the big key here, is that journaling should be a therapeutic release, not a homework assignment. If you miss a day, you miss a day. It's like Gemma
Right.
said, you're not handing it in to get graded. It's not a homework assignment, and it
Mhm.
shouldn't ever feel like a homework assignment or a job.
No,
Like,
no.
oh no, I forgot to journal tonight. I'm gonna be forever in the hole, and it's just not the case. Um, it
Yeah, if it
is
ever feels like a chore or like something that you're not looking forward to doing, then, you don't have to do it.
right.
If it's not for you, it's not for everyone. Um, like one thing that I had when I was writing them down, like some stickers, I had like traffic light stickers, and
Mhm.
I would just sometimes just stick the sticker at the side of the date for how I was, like like the emoji thing, like you could put green for a good day. That was just something else because sometimes I just didn't write anything if it was particularly lousy.
Yeah. Yep. You don't have to write every day. You don't have to
Mhm.
do it at all. These are just tips and tricks for journaling um, that I've found helpful. Like I said at the beginning of the show, journaling isn't for everybody. It's not something that everybody's going to get into, but I do suggest trying it and seeing if it's something that helps in any way, like a therapeutic release. Piggybacking on the slides we just went over, I want to throw this up real quick.
Mhm.
3 benefits of mental health journaling. If you want to just run through these real quick, some of them are repeats,
Yeah.
but I liked the list.
Okay. So reduce stress, reducing symptoms of depression, improving your working memory,
Mm-hmm.
enhance your sense of well-being, reducing emotional eating. That's a definite one for me. Reducing your desire for alcohol consumption, boost your confidence, increase happiness, boost your mood, enhancing your reading skills, improved writing skills, appreciating the positives as well as the negatives in life, increased ability to achieve set goals, your emotional resilience will improve, you become more self aware, ability to reflect effectively, improved memory, improved overall cognitive functioning, strengthens the immune system, ability to enjoy life to the fullest, improve your engagement with others, letting go of negative thoughts, and releasing pent up feelings and everyday stress.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, just another good little list of some of the benefits of journaling.
Mhm.
Um, like I said, some of it is a repeat of what was already said um, in the first set of slides, but just some other things to look at there. Um, Emotional eating was mentioned there. There's so much to be said as far as uh, journaling as a whole. It can be looked at in many different ways. It's not always just cut and dry. What did you do today? Um, you can journal just about anything, and there's a lot of benefits to taking the time to set aside some creative ways to help you along with whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Let's say you want to start eating better or dieting in some way, shape, or form, exercising. You can keep a journal just on that, like the progress you're making, the goals you'd like to accomplish, how they're coming, um, how you're feeling as you're exercising more, or how you're feeling about exercising at all, or how you're feeling about changing your eating patterns. Um, what's happening to your body? Is there benefits? Is there negatives? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's just about eating alone or exercising. Um, I think Gemma has touched on it in previous episodes about an eating diary or journal.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
always log in my journal what I've eaten as well. That's part of the app that I have where it will, like, I will record everything that I've eaten. And once I had to make it so that I reduced myself from doing it, but once a month I will weigh myself. I will allow myself to do it once a month now
mhm.
because it was becoming an obsession. But once a month I will weigh myself, put it in the journal, and I will record what I've eaten every day just to make sure that I'm actually eating. But yeah, it's just part of the journal that I keep. It's all in there.
Yep. Just another perfect way to look at journaling as a different tool, not
Mhm.
just what did I do today, or how does it uh, affect um, life, moving forward.
Mhm.
Again, we can go over goals, not just eating, but any goals you have that you'd like to accomplish, whether it be work related, school related, or just overall life related, something you'd like to accomplish. You can write down in your journal, today I would like it known that I want to make such and such happen. And then you have it logged, and you could go back and see the progression of that goal and accomplishing that goal, and everything that happened along the way. If it's a goal that's going to take particularly a good bit of time to achieve, or hard work and energy, you can log the entire experience, and it's something great to go back over. And this is an example of journaling that you might want to share with others. Um, so it doesn't all have to be private. It certainly can be. If you don't, even if it's something like that, and you'd still like to just keep that to yourself, I completely get that. I'm kind of the same way with my journal, with the exception of this show, and how open I am about my alcoholism and such. Some things still remain private, and that's perfectly fine too. But if there is an example of journaling that you could possibly, might want to share with somebody, and show them the progress you made, goal journaling is definitely one of them. Look how far we've come, especially if it's like a relationship goal with you and your spouse, you and your significant other have a goal together, and you can go back over that. Maybe you logged it on your own. Who knows?
You can have those vision boards as well. Like, you can make a board where you can put stuff on there. Like, if you want it public, you could have like a board. Is it called a vision board or something?
I know what you're talking about.
And you can put all sorts of different things on. If it's something you want to share, you could do it that way as well. It doesn't have to be all writing. You can use pictures and have very little writing, or print stuff out and cut it out, and just anything, just to remind you of certain things, significant things in your life.
Yep, absolutely. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on there was finances. Finances and financial well-being and stuff. And this will probably be an episode all in itself down the road. I don't think I have it on the schedule, or we have it on the schedule yet, but it's definitely something to look at. It weighs significantly on everybody's mental health. Your own personal finances, and how we make ends meet. These can all be journaled as well, whether it just be something as simple as a budget book. I don't know if those are really kept much anymore. They used to be. I remember my dad always kept a budget book, with balancing the checkbook and everything. And with online banking nowadays, these are kind of a thing of the past. But some people still do a budget book. But that's one way to journal down your finances. So you can physically go back into this budget book, and see where money is going, where it's coming in, when it's coming in, and how it's being spent. A perfect look at one's finances. And it's handwritten by you, so you are working this out in your brain as you're writing it down. It really is a great way to keep your finances together and in track. I know when I was growing up, when I hit the teenage years and got my first job and stuff, I was taught how to balance a checkbook, and how to write a budget book, and all of these things. And there's something to be said about exactly how important that was. Writing a budget book, and seeing, firsthand, writing down and working it out in your brain as you're writing it down, and seeing firsthand how the money is coming in and leaving. Huge in financial well-being. To be able to then go back and look at patterns, as we're talking about, how are we spending our money every month, things like that. And now with online banking and everything, I'm afraid I don't sit down and balance a checkbook anymore. It's just done for me online. Jim, welcome in. Jim in Chicagoland, everybody. Say hello to the wonderful Jim, host of Catalyst, on Twitch now. So please tune in tonight. We'll go over that again at the end of the show. But 11 p.m. Eastern time. Welcome, Jim. Good to see you. Thank you for the bit. And thank you to everybody for the bits, the resubscriptions, the subscriptions, the follows, the likes, the shares, and all of the above, and et cetera, et cetera. But it's really good to see everybody here tonight. We thank you so much as we hit the halfway point here tonight. And Jim made it. Jim made it in. Bosses are gone. He's had to miss the past couple shows because the bosses are staying later. And there's no time for that live streaming junk. So for those of you just joining, we are going over journaling tonight, something that's so key. Gemma and I are advocates for journaling as a therapeutic release. As we mentioned before, she's more on the side of the apps and online stuff, typing. I myself am a old school pen and paper, write it down kind of guy. There's just something about the feel of the pen hitting the paper and letting my thoughts pour from here down through here and onto paper. But everybody has options, and there is plenty of them. Yeah. So anyway, finances is another great thing to look at. You'll find that one of the benefits of journaling is to be able to, as we've mentioned, go back and review. You can go back and find patterns. You can go back and see how things were handled. And finances are different. It really does help a lot to write down all and track your finances as they come in and out. To get a look at how money's spent each month, and if there's anything that can be changed, maybe if you want to try and budget or save some money for a vacation, that's setting a goal, and you can journal all about your goal for vacation and how the financial journey is. There's so much that can be done with journaling, and it doesn't all have to be, this is what happened today. And we're going to go over that a little bit here in a few moments. But I did want to mention, while we have a moment, that there are plenty of you that watch the show out in the art community that participate in the artuaries going on right now. Inktober is a big one. August, the 31 days of drawing prompts that are fun and challenging each month for artists to take on. And each month, or each day of the month, you get a new word to draw or create anything based on that prompt for that day. And journaling, my friends, is no different. With a simple Google search, I was able to find just that. I'm just going to pop it up here. We're not going to read it. But I just wanted to throw it out there that if you guys are into challenges and what have you, here's 31-day challenge, self-love journal prompts each day. You can break this down into a day of the month, and it gives you a prompt for every day. And it gives you something to start talking about. If you're one that needs a little help with how to get started, or maybe you want to start journaling, but you just don't know where to begin, or you don't know how to begin. I know that's probably a little hard to read, but we will put that in the Discord for anybody that wants to get a copy of that, or a simple Google search of monthly journal prompts. It's all right there for you. Just another tool for the toolbox, if you will. I know that I enjoy doing the art prompts. It's been a hell of a month for me this month, so I haven't been able to partake much in Artuary due to staffing levels with the fire department here and COVID and everything. I've just been working a lot, but things are trending upwards, and Exactly, Jim. This is something
Mm.
that I wanted to throw out there for, especially those folks that enjoy the daily, monthly prompts or the daily prompts for a month. Get started, and that's a great way. A prompt per day. They're all out
Mhm.
there at your fingertips. Um, and I'm not sure, Gemma, if the apps that you use or what have you, if they have any daily prompts like that, but um,
You can get some that do. And then one of the things that I was thinking about sharing in the Discord, I've been doing the daily inspiration. I did a bit on one of my other servers, but I was thinking about doing there's something that I have in the journal is something to do it's like a feel good journal where you can it gives you something every day that you can do for either yourself or for someone else to spread a smile, share a smile,
mhm.
feel good, feel good factor, that sort of thing, where you can either do something for yourself, like I think it alternates where you can do something for yourself and then something for someone else, like just random acts of kindness, that sort of thing, just to make you feel good inside. It doesn't have to cost anything at all. It's just like things like smile at a stranger or like I don't know, just contact a friend you've not spoken to for a while. Things like that. Just it gives you things like that as well. But yeah, there's apps and stuff out there. I have one at the moment which I've been sharing in the daily inspiration that pops up every so often and gives you just a quote or something just for the day, just to get you thinking and stuff. And I've been sharing that in the Discord
Yes.
um, for the daily inspiration and things like that as well. So there's literally things for absolutely everything, just to give you
Indeed,
that little bit of inspiration.
indeed there is.
Mhm.
Uh, and again, so many different types of journaling available if you're like we were talking about, not as much into the daily grind journaling, but maybe the gratitude journal or the financial side of things, the eating, the exercising journal, the music and arts journals. Uh, I think Michael was just mentioning, yeah, from drawing music. There's plenty to be uh, said for the art side of things as well. Keeping an art or a music journal, or progress journal.
Mhm.
So many journals, so the little time. uh, you know, that's just, we're throwing those ideas out there as well because it's more than, we want it to be known, obviously, that it's more than just uh, the daily what did I do today kind of thing.
Mhm.
um and with that, let's go on to the last two slides there, for the night. Just some good ideas, some tips on how to write a journal, how to start,
Mhm.
and where to begin. So Gemma, if you could please, if you can.
Yeah. So to write a journal. Um, ready to get started and give journal writing a go. And then it says there's some ideas on how to get started and things you should know. So it says invest in a high quality notebook. It doesn't even have to be, it can just be like a little scrapbook. It can be anything, it can be on your phone. So, first of all, let's talk about the basics of journal writing. You need to invest in a high quality notebook. Sure, you can write in any book you happen to have. However, this is a special type of writing and demands a high quality book. Take time to pick out a notebook which you find truly beautiful. It does want to be something that you will enjoy writing in. It's something that's like personal to you, and you can decorate it and customize it yourself. It
Yes, and
doesn't have to be expensive. Yeah, go on.
that was exactly what I was going to say right there. It
Mhm.
doesn't be, this doesn't mean go out and spend $50 on a notebook.
Yeah,
this
no.
this is more supposed to go along the lines of saying this book should be special to you.
Yeah.
As I was just saying, like decorate it,
Mhm.
make it something that's not just going to fall right apart, but something that's going to be durable and
Mm.
last a good long time. You want this to be around for a while, even when you're done
Yeah.
writing in it or moving on to a second journal.
Mhm.
When that one fills up, you still want to keep that around. So a nice solid
Yeah.
book to withstand
I
time.
like to get the
Doesn't have to
the
be a very expensive thing.
yeah, yeah. Like I like to get the plain spiral bound
Mhm.
type and then just decorate them myself, make it personal to me. Um so yeah.
Something that also just sets it apart too. Something that when you go
It's-
to grab it, it's time to journal. It's time to get in
Mhm. Yeah,
to
yeah.
our feels, get into our feels a little bit.
There's what matters is that you love the way that it looks and that you want to use it. That way, when you come to journal each day, you will feel excited to do so and be ready to get started. So that's like the main thing about journaling. It doesn't want to feel like it's a chore or it's just something else you've got to do. It's got to be something that you really want to do.
Hmm.
Set aside about 10 minutes each day. One of the main things that holds people back is when it comes to journaling is the notion that they don't have the time. The truth is, journaling doesn't have to be a long or drawn out activity. Set aside just 10 minutes each day to practice some expressive writing.
Hmm.
You could set yourself a reminder on your smartphone or simply decide on the same time to do it each day. It's that simple. Don't overthink it, just write. In the in the moment before you begin writing, you may feel an undue amount of stress that takes hold of you. If you're not used to expressive writing at all, you may well overthink the situation. Keep in mind that what you write doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It's not about that. No one else is going to read the entry unless you want them to do so. This means that you can write freely without fear of what people think. Dive in and write down the first thing that comes to your mind. You may find it's extremely revealing of your current mindset. So, like we said before, it's not getting marked by anyone and it can be completely private. So, you can write down exactly what you want. Nobody needs to see it, and it's not an essay. You're not getting marked on it, you're not getting judged on it. It's just for you. You're muted, Tim.
God, here we go again. And I love that saying that it says, "Don't overthink it. Just write."
Mhm.
It's perfect. This should not be something that is, as it said, a masterpiece. It'll be a masterpiece in its own self when it's done. Just let the thoughts flow and let whatever's on your mind come to paper. It really, like I said earlier, it doesn't even have to make sense. It can go on any tangent that you would like. Um, it is yours and yours only. And again, time is a huge thing with a lot of folks. I know you don't have to do it every day. It's not,
Mhm.
we can't stress enough that this is not a homework assignment and this is not something that should feel like a job.
Mhm.
But setting aside 10 minutes each day, uh, that can all add up when if we're asking you to set 10 minutes a day aside for everything that we talk about on this show, mindfulness, yoga, relaxation, journaling, uh, everything that we go over. If we that all starts to add up, I get it. um, but if journaling is something you really want to get into, see if you can't find a way to make 10 or 15 minutes a day, um, and try and make it a nightly habit, maybe before bed.
Mhm.
um, Joker's here, Eric J Gaming still. Thank you for being here, guys. Everything is going well, and we are talking journaling tonight.
Mhm.
So it's good to see everybody in here, and thanks for joining. um, so moving right along to the last slide, continuing on with tips on how
Yeah.
to how to start journaling.
Yeah, so number 4, don't bother editing entries. When you've finished an entry, you might want to read it back. The one thing you don't want to go and do here is edit your writing. You may be tempted to go back and change certain things or clarify your entry. However, journaling isn't about creating a clear and concise picture, but about a stream of consciousness. Panicking about the style or indeed the point of entry defeats the purpose of it entirely. Indeed, leave it in its rawest form. So, like when you've written it, that at that time, that moment you were writing it is what came out. It's what was true to you at that point.
It's the
You're not
pure.
going back. You're not a teacher. You're not marking it. Once it's done, like just leave it. And if you do come back to read it a year, 2 years, 10 years from now, chances are you're not going to fully understand what it was anyway, maybe. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be, from the heart, Jim. Yeah.
Precisely.
Mhm.
Well,
So number 5, date every single entry. There may come a time when you want to look back at your previous journal entries. For example, in a year's time, you might find your life has changed dramatically and that you like to look back on the past. For that reason, you should date every single entry in your diary at the top of your page. Make a habit of doing this before you even begin writing. That way, when you look back, you can see what you wrote on each one. And that's what, like I said, when I did the first year of when my son was born, because I've done that for me and for him when he's older. So he'll be able to look back and go through all that as well, what we did. And then number 6, score how you're feeling. If you're struggling to manage your feelings, you may want to use your journal as a mood diary. We've mentioned this often.
mhm.
So you need to consider how to write a journal that measures your emotions as well. One of the simplest tricks you can use here is a scoring system. Before you start writing each entry, give yourself a mood score of between 1 and 10. The higher your score, the happier you are, while the lower your score, the sadder you are. This small tip will mean you can keep track of your emotions each day. What I find useful is right on the front page, like put your like the chart that you're going to use, the method that you're going to use. I use rather than like a number, because I would sometimes get hung up on giving myself a number. I used, when I was doing the written journal, I used like a traffic light signal things. So like the red sticker for feeling lousy, orange sticker for feeling meh, and the
Mhm.
green for feeling great. That way you're not overthinking it. Like you're not putting too many emotions, too many numbers into it. Whereas you're either feeling great, okay, or crap, basically.
Mhm. Yep.
Um, it doesn't have to be numbers. You can do smiley faces, emojis, anything. The app that I use, you can change it actually. You can use emojis. You can use like all sorts. We have one on the Discord as well with the hourglasses to rate the way you're feeling and ask for help that way. So it can be, again, very personal to you how you want to score the way you're feeling. It doesn't have to be numbers and it doesn't have to be between 1 and 10 because I personally get hung up on trying to give myself a number where if you overcomplicate things, whereas if you just stick to great, meh, or crap, it's easy, you
Yeah.
know?
Exactly. And another good tip there that we haven't mentioned: dating every single entry is a great idea. Um, just like a piece of art, or anything that you would write a letter. You're going to date it, and it really does let you go back and view and see how far you've come, and, and how long it's taken you to get there, for instance. And it also helps with goal setting. Um, you can see whether it be a goal that you want to accomplish. You can see how long it's taken you to achieve that. You can write down the date, uh, but also not just that, but uh, look at the future and see, okay, we want to set this goal for a specific time, if that may be the case. Or maybe you already know when a deadline is due and you can start tracking it from there. So it works both ways. And it's another thing to push you. If you're like me at all, you like a little competition, friendly competition with yourself. Uh, just the same thing as when we used to sign on to Haps every day and get coins, or I'm sorry, that it would tell you your login streak. That really motivated you to log in every day because you didn't want to lose that login streak, right? Uh,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. You keep that date going, and you can
Mm.
see. I've gone a whole 2 months without missing a day. I'm going to keep that up, and it's just another little thing, that helps our brains stay on track. Dating something just uh, can do a lot for us mentally,
Mhm.
physically, all that good stuff. Um,
Yeah.
so just a great topic all around journaling. Um, I hope we have cleared up how to get started if that was an issue with you, or if just some ideas for what to journal, um, and the great benefits that come out of it. As I said in the beginning of the show, uh, we suggest giving it a try. You certainly don't have to stick with it if you don't like it. Not everybody's going to like it. It's not for everybody. Um,
Mhm.
and one of the biggest things that I wanted to cover was, or make known overall, was the fact that this should never, ever, ever feel like a homework assignment or a job or a chore. This should be something that you sit down to do because you want to do it. Like Gemma was reading earlier, it's one of those. It's one of those. You got to get yourself a book and decorate it, make it your own special thing, so that when you go ahead and reach for that book when it's time, you're excited about it. You
Mhm.
want to be excited about this. Um, and if it's not exciting and it's not for you, then discontinue it, and we can
Mhm.
certainly talk about other avenues,
Mhm.
especially stuff that we leave in the Discord all the time.
Mhm.
Uh, so I hope that was a helpful episode. I enjoy talking about it. We can certainly do more on topics like this for anybody that wants. Uh, Gemma, did you have anything to add about journaling?
Um, just one real quick thing because I have a friend who is blind, and she uses audio journaling to do that and records herself just a few minutes a day, audio, doing it that way. And I have also done, obviously for private, and some of them are in my son's memory box. Little bits of video journaling, and you can do those on the apps as well that I've mentioned. Record little bits, snippets of yourself. One thing that I do at the end of each year for mine is I will record just a couple of minute video saying where I am, like how old I am, what I've achieved this year, um, where I'm at with my life. Like the one I've just done said something like, Thomas has gone through now 3 years of chemo. I'm still single. It sucks. I'm financially a lot better than I was. Just things that had happened. And then I tend to duet them and stitch them together so that I can see the progression in how I've come along, but also how I've physically changed as well. Because I can also see that because of my weight and stuff and the eating disorder that I had, I'm also a lot healthier weight, so I can see that. And it just shows the progression in how far I've come.
Mhm.
by what I've said, but also how physically I've come and how much I've physically changed over the years. And I have done that for the past 12 years now. So I could actually, I may show you a couple of them, like little snippets of them in the Discord. I might do
Mhm.
from years back, only little snippets, but we'll see. But yeah, I can go back and look at those from about 12, as far as 12 years ago. But that's just another good example of as well. But yeah, honestly, Michael, I've got used to the situation now. I've been single nearly 7 years, and it is what it is now. I'm not bothered. Sometimes, you know what? I don't like sharing, so that's good. Win-win.
Thank you for that ending thought, Gemma. That is something we didn't mention. Video journaling is very much so a thing as well. So it is that time of the night to say congratulations. Thank you to all of our sponsors and our friends, and congratulations to them too as well.
Yeah, congratulations for watching the virtual.
www.mybuddyvalentine.com.
Oh my God.
Promo code FireDude15. Get yourself some nice bunnies. This one's a Bluetooth speaker as well.
I have
They're
that.
all light up. And this one will play music hooked to your phone or computer or any Bluetooth device. Some great electronics, great jewelry, great gift ideas out there, and all the money goes to help bunny rescues everywhere. Our good friend Ella, the bunny mom, here on Twitch, the late night ukulele extraordinaire of Twitch. We'd love for you to stick around for us for just a few minutes. We've got a great raid coming tonight with a future guest on the show. So stick around for one quick moment as we remind you of Archuary happening right now. We probably will have a broadcast from Joseph Work Arts and the Creative Multiverse. Jeremy Stoltz is on every night as well. Lindsay Badger Makes will probably be joining in on the drawing festivities tonight as well. And then, of course, our good friend Jim in Chicagoland, as mentioned before earlier, will be running Catalyst, I would hope and assume, tonight at the same time, same place, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 8 p.m. Pacific, for a good candle scope stream cast, whatever we're calling it this week. Look into the candle and let those weekday blues melt away and have some great discussion along with it. So if you haven't already, there he is saying oops as I point the wrong direction. Jim in Chicagoland here on Twitch doing a great cast. And Michael Joseph Murray showing the love for Ella, the bunny mom, there with her emotes. So please, thank you all. Thanks for joining us. Gemma, anything to add with socials? Did we hit everything?
Yeah, just like I've put the link for the Discord in the chat. It's further up. I can probably, yeah, I can do it again. There we go. Link to the Discord right there. It won't expire either. So if you're watching this on the replay, it doesn't expire, doesn't that link?
The fifth year.
So go in there. I'll put everything in there. And don't forget to check out the bio link because you can actually submit stuff anonymously if you want to do so, like questions or show suggestions. If you want to be on the show, anything like that. The website and the YouTube as well. We've got some new YouTube videos for the 10 minutes worth of video.
Yes, new shorts. They're awesome. We have a
Yeah.
good time making them. So thanks
5
again.
hours.
Thanks again for joining us tonight. We're going to send you over to our new friend of the show, Sarah Lightman, for a raid. And we hope you enjoy her broadcast. She will be appearing with us here at the end of February, I believe. We are still working out the details. Thank you and good night, everybody. Thanks for joining.